It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Let your mind expand. I love that sound. Why? Because I love this segment. Welcome back. You're live with Expresso as we cross into the final frontier. Well, it's not the final frontier, but it's a new frontier. New Horizons is a special space probe that was launched back in 2006. And this past week, some news emerged from the craft that may have detected something very interesting at the outer edges of our solar system. Here to unpack it is outreach astronomer, Dr. Daniel Cunnama. Dr. Dan, welcome back, buddy. Hope you enjoyed the blood moon. Some awesome views coming out on social media. Love that. Let's extend our view just a little bit further, shall we, to the outreaches of our solar system. Before we get into the background, what has it just seen, man?
Yeah, so
come on, what's going down?
So basically, what New Horizons seems to have observed is the very edge of our solar system. So basically, what happens is the sun gives off a solar wind, blowing out charged particles way out past the furthest planets. But at some point, that wind dies down enough. And at that point, interstellar space starts pushing back. So what we expect, and what we've now observed, is that this gas, this interstellar gas, touches against the edge of our solar system and emits a very light glow in ultraviolet. And that's what this has observed.
Is there likely to be something weird discovered through this, a new particle, a new way of seeing particles, a new kind of observation, physics observation of how our solar system engages with the rest of space? What makes this so exciting, do you think?
So I mean, Voyager, which was the initial sort of like interplanetary probe,
the original.
Which is, yeah, I mean, we launched in 1977, so it's been going for over 40 years and we're still receiving information from it. It passed through this, it's called a heliopause, so the edge of our solar system, the edge of the influence of the sun. It passed through it about 5 years ago and detected it, this sort of blip. But it was predicted, we didn't really know what it would look like, but Voyager couldn't observe it in the way that New Horizons can. So New Horizons is actually observing the ultraviolet radiation from this.
Is that New Horizons' job, to observe things in a much bigger way? Obviously, these probes get sent out there in the hope that they're going to discover something new, but it's amazing to me that 70s versus now.
Yeah.
I mean, that's incredible that we're still getting stuff from Voyager, but what is New Horizons' ultimate goal? Why was it sent out?
So it's already achieved its primary goal. So it was, as you said, it was launched in 2006. And it was sent off to Pluto. So when Pluto was still a planet, it was launched, and then it was immediately demoted. But it still went. It couldn't stop. But so its initial job was to visit Pluto, which it did, and its moons, and imaged really, really nicely for us. And then its secondary mission is to explore the Kuiper Belt, which is this area of asteroids beyond Neptune's orbit where Pluto resides. So the next mission for it is on New Year's Day next year, or New Year's Eve this year. It will be flying past an asteroid called Ultima Thule, doing a very close flyby and imaging that for us.
How close, man? Because yeah, you're setting, presumably you can't make adjustments to its course now. It's doing its own thing. Does it have its own protection in that sense? How does it nagate objects in, I suppose, the vastness of space is working in its favor?
Basically, very careful calculations. So they identified a whole lot of potential asteroids after it had flown past Pluto, identified a whole lot of potential asteroids, chose one which looked interesting, and then did make slight adjustments to its course so that it could fly by. So, I mean, hopefully we got the calculations right, but probably did. So, yeah, I mean, we do have some way of controlling it very, very slightly.
Oh, man, that is absolutely amazing. Doc, is there a way that we can connect with these sorts of things? Is there a website? Is it NASA? How do we stay in touch with everything that's going on?
Yeah, I mean, it's tricky. Like, so social media is very, very good. NASA has a very active social media. The observatory in Cape Town SAO has a very active social media, and we try and post these sorts of interesting articles and things like that.
And dumb it down like this so that people like me can understand
well,
it.
let's say not say dumb it down.
No, dude, it's absolutely mind-blowing and so exciting. What a time to be alive, man. I love
awesome
that
stuff.
Doc, thank you so much for spreading some of your enthusiasm and incredible knowledge base in this area. Ah, man, go well, New Horizons, go well. Be safe, man. Watch out for the asteroid.